Hello, how's it going? Welcome back to some more F1 Manager 2023 and another part of the Williams Road to Glory career mode. Today we are back with the Canadian Grand Prix. Very good season so far. Definitely looking to try and push on and get some more victories in the next few races and, you know, maybe have a little go at winning the championship. You know, we're definitely going to struggle in that aspect. You know, we're playing catch up. We're going to have to try and get them on strategy. But Esteban, 54 points behind already to Max Verstappen. That's 2 victories. So it is going to be incredibly tough. We know that. But we will try and push as hard as we can. So leave a like if you are enjoying. And of course, without further ado, let's get ourselves immersed into the action today and get straight into things. We have got a little bit on the agenda today. We have got some design stuff coming through. Got some research stuff coming through. It should all be a bit wonderful, really. When is the next Grand Prix? So we should get one of the underfloors on the car in time. Should be nice. Probably on Ocon's car. Okay, 2024 research complete as well. Which is all good. So now we should be in a place where we can, start researching again. Might as well research the underfloor, I would suggest. And that will help us out. And if we stick 6 designers on it, that'll be good. Okay, let's keep pushing forward. Board confidence check-in looks good. Main Formula 1. Mercedes are upgrading their HQ. Driver development. Yep, they're still pushing on quite nicely. And once again, we'll go to pit stop time and tyres. Nice. Okay. Push forward. Yeah, that's fine. Pit crew exhausted. Sad times for the pit crew. More research done. So might as well try and get some more done on the car. Let's maybe get some more chassis stuff done. Yeah, the more you can do, obviously the better your car will be the next season. Okay, and rear wing complete. And they'll be on the car for the next Grand Prix, which is nice. Okay. Right, let's get the cars built up. We'll put the new underfloor on Esteban's car. And we'll see how he gets on this race. Obviously, we haven't upgraded for a while, so it could really be a bit of a struggle race for us if we're not careful. But let's get ourselves into the Canadian Grand Prix weekend.
Formula One has arrived here in Quebec, and we're excited to get underway. On a man-made island in the heart of Montreal is Canada's Circuit Gilles Villeneuve. This unique track circles the outline of the Ile Notre Dame, giving plenty of challenges to our drivers between the tight corners and a long final straight. Gilles Villeneuve is a quick, free-flowing circuit in parts, with a stop-start aspect thrown in for good measure around the chicanes and hairpin bends. Medium-speed downforce will play a large part in avoiding the wall of champions and ensuring success at this iconic track. In the last round, Max Verstappen flew to victory, the Dutchman proving that he can be absolutely unstoppable when he's in such fine form. The weekend begins here.
Okay, right. Looking forward to seeing how we get on in qualifying. So let's get straight to the action.
Our weekend continues with qualifying, as the drivers fight it out for a strong grid position.
The circuit Gilles Villeneuve isn't a permanent track, so circuit evolution is high over the Grand Prix weekend. Overtaking is possible, but getting a well-timed lap in qualifying will help any driver.
Karun, there's Yuki Tsunoda. How would you describe things for him at the moment?
While neither teammate has really managed to score well so far, perhaps picking up a few points this weekend would spur on a bit of healthy rivalry.
Fortunately for us, it's nearly time for them to hit the track.
Okay, right. Let's get ourselves into qualifying one. Definitely seem to have a decent car this weekend in terms of, you know, where we want to be. Big problem, as always, is the other teams developing. I'm expecting Ocon to be the quicker of the two this weekend. You know, I'm hoping he will be, because then our upgrade will have worked. So let's get ourselves into Q1, see how we get on. It could be quite a difficult session to get through, because you know, we've been in the bottom 10 really in all three practice sessions so far. So I think it is going to be a different sort of weekend, and maybe a wake up to reality of what the rest of the season might end up being. But we'll let the boys get out there, get a time in, and there you go. Ocon does go quicker by about a tenth and a half. Middle sector seemed to be Yuki Tsunoda managing to go quicker. But you can see everybody coming through now. Still third and fifth at the moment. Porsche goes up to P6. But look how far ahead the Red Bull of Charles Leclerc is. It's quite worrying, really. We're going to send both cars out again. And hopefully give them a little bit of space to try and improve. Yeah, no improvement for either of them, so that's not very good. So they're going to come straight back in, and we'll see how this session ends. But it could be a real struggle here. George Russell is coming up to the line. Is he going to manage to improve? He's over the line, goes 9th above Yuki Tsunoda. Sainz and Verstappen, I think that is, have come into the pits. Bottas is going to be next over the line. And what can he manage as he's coming around the final corner now? It's going to be Bottas over the line. He goes 11th. De Vries over the line. No improvement for him. Schumacher is out of qualifying. What about Oscar Piastri? Can he improve at all? He's over the line. Stays where he is. Norris up to P5. Daniel Ricciardo out of qualifying. And Zayn Maloney is 20th as well. So Tsunoda lucky in the end, but Ocon up in the top 10. Charles Leclerc quickest in Q1. Right, into Q2 we go. Brand new set of boots, and again we're going to send them out there quite close to each other. We'll see what happens here. They're probably too close to each other here. We'll give it a go. We'll see how it goes. Yeah, annoyingly, you could tell Ocon lost quite a bit of time in that first sector there. Or middle sector, I should say. But he's going to get an almighty toe, and this might just save him as he comes round the final couple of corners. He's got a toe all the way up to the line here. It's going to be in the 10s again. 1:10.7 for Ocon.
So close to 0.
which was enough to get him through Q1.
Boxing this lap.
It's a 1:10.7 for Tsunoda as well. Russell goes quickest. Piastri goes quicker. Verstappen goes quickest. Russell P4 at the moment. Leclerc goes quickest. Bottas and Magnussen behind us, but there's going to be a large array of cars that move past us. Gasly's the one to watch. Is he going to knock out Tsunoda? Yes, he does. So we're definitely going to have to run again here. We're not one of the quickest cars out there. And now Ocon's in a little bit of trouble. I'll send them out there on scrub tyres. Annoying that they're so close to each other again.
Should be a clean up. Just go push.
So Tsunoda's away.
Good. So go one and push when you're ready.
Needs to get himself through to Q3. I'm going to just say don't fight teammate to Ocon, so he doesn't pass Tsunoda.
Checkered flag.
But now checkered flag is out. Ocon quicker. In sector 1. Yeah, look at this for a tour. Yeah, he's purple in the middle sector, but it's not who we need to be quick here. Yep, Ocon's out qualifying now. Oh, this could be an awful time for Williams. I think one of our drivers is going to go out. Look at this traffic as well. And Ocon's had to slow down. This could be us having both cars out in Q2. Tsunoda comes up to the line. It's not going to be good enough. It's not enough for Ocon either. Oh, it is just... Oh, wow. That middle sector is what saved him there. My word, was that close, but he's knocked out Norris, but Tsunoda is out of qualifying, and he's going to have to fight up from 12th on the grid tomorrow. That's a huge disappointment for Esteban. Yeah, should have done a whole lot better, really. Okay, we'll send out Esteban Ocon.
Green light.
See what he can do on his first time lap. Absolutely no traffic out there. There you go, 1:10.5. Funnily enough, the quickest time he's put in all day. Sainz goes top now, but we're ahead of Gasly, ahead of Albon. Perez goes second. Wow, the two Red Bulls first and fourth now. Russell and Sainz second and third. Perez is ahead of Ocon. So 6th place at the moment for Esteban. Expecting some of them to improve. Oh, well, we're not going to improve now. We've mistimed that. Never mind. I'm hoping that there's no improvements on the track. Gasly's up to 5th. But yeah, there you go. 7th place for the race tomorrow for Ocon. Probably the best that we could ever hope for, I think. Tsunoda out in P12. But it's going to be Carlos Sainz on pole position and a long way ahead of the rest.
The teams are making their final preparations down in the pit lane, ahead of today's race.
Named after the legendary Canadian driver, the circuit Gilles Villeneuve has been host to plenty of first-time winners. Jean Alesi, Lewis Hamilton, Robert Kubica and Daniel Ricciardo all got their maiden victories here. And the weather today is sunny. These are ideal conditions for the drivers to shine.
But don't forget, there's always excitement in Montreal, and the odds are that this will be another Grand Prix to remember.
Okay, right. So let's get ourselves into this Grand Prix then. Yeah, I mean, strategy-wise, does look like it. We could manage an aggressive one-stop. To be fair, without con. Looks good to me. In terms of Sonoda, let's try and switch it round the other way. Yeah, that looks good. So what's that? 128.0. What's 28.57? So actually, that's a slower way around the track. I'm wondering if we absolutely hammered it. Yeah, I thought as much. Let's do that with Yuki Tsunoda then. He'll be coming in about lap 34. Yeah, that looks good. Okay, let's get ourselves into the action then. It's going to be exciting. So, without further ado, this is the 2025 Canadian Grand Prix.
70 laps of the Canadian Grand Prix await our drivers here in Montreal. And Alex Albon will know just what kind of drive will be expected of him here.
Fighting for points is definitely possible from P8. The team just needs to get their strategy right.
And it looks like we're good to go. This is it. We're moments away now at the Canadian Grand Prix.
Here we go then.
And it's
Lights out, away we go. And it's Carlos Sainz off to a good start to this Grand Prix, and he holds off Max Verstappen, and it's Charles Leclerc that moves into second position, and there's an incident between the two Red Bulls.
Contact at turn 1.
What has happened here?
Debris on the main straight.
Is there going to be a red flag? I don't... Yeah, there is a red flag. Red flag. And is it Max Verstappen? Is he out? Yeah, he just caught the back of Charles Leclerc. I don't think he's out. But the red flag will certainly help him. But yeah, everybody had to stop. And that's going to be quite annoying for everybody. And yeah, it's a big decision now. Do you go for the hard... Would the hard tyre last to the rest of the race here? If you were to go for it. It might do. Might as well go for brand new tyres though. Yeah. There's no real point in changing. I don't think you could take hards all the way, and I don't think it would be the quickest way to do it. But here we go. We're ready once again for the lights. Lights out, away we go. And, well, Carlos Sainz off the grid well. Max Verstappen with a penalty out there. And Charles Leclerc takes the lead. Ahead of Carlos Sainz this time. And Max Verstappen is in third. I'm sure he's got a bit of a wounded car out there. There's only so much you can change. Perez then fifth. Then Gasly. Then Esteban Ocon, who's going to have the inside line here to try and go down. And... almost make it out alive, didn't quite though. And annoyingly, we are
Energy if you need it. Got it.
Quite heavy on the fuel, so let's push that for a few laps. As Yuki Tsunoda starting to get overtaken by Lance Stroll.
Reducing lift and coast.
Lower down the order.
No saving required.
Okay, definitely time to zoom it through. But yeah, red flag at turn 1 involving Max Verstappen. And it really could have been a big moment for the championship, really, if Verstappen was out there. Open the door a little bit. Yeah, time to settle down now. In this Grand Prix.
You can afford to drop back.
Okay.
Yeah, very annoying that we now have to change our stint.
So slow now. Yeah.
Yep. And Sonoda's gonna be uber aggressive on those. Yeah. I think that's what we were doing. I can't quite remember, but we'll pick that anyway. It gives us something to aim towards.
Awesome. This is good.
Okay, so Ocon got past Gasly.
Here we are down at turn 7. There's the opening.
Went round the outside then. Gave him the inside, had DRS. Ocon now
Okay, happy to manage tyres
up
short
the
term.
order into 6th place and chasing after Perez. Right, quick look at tyres. Most people are on mediums, some people on softs there. And Max Verstappen has got a penalty that he's going to have to take. Right. Ocon going to go high on that. Might try and avoid high-risk curbs with Tsunoda just to give it a little bit of an experiment, if you like. It's outside of the points anyway. I think this is going to be the lap. Yeah, tried that. And now got the outside line and heading into turn 1. Brilliant move from Esteban. Can he hold on to it though? He's going to have more traction with those soft tyres. He's going to try and fly around the outside. And he is through. Brilliant from Ocon. And up into 5th place. Okay, Tsunoda, meanwhile, chasing after Lance Stroll, but definitely struggling right now.
Get the tyres down now. Copy that.
Okay.
Need to focus on getting the pack up.
Push the engine a little bit more so that we're lighter. Tsunoda has made it past Lance Stroll now.
Now we should be able to take a look.
It looks like he's got past
This one is
Norris
involving
as well.
Tsunoda. The opportunity's there.
Very nice.
And Tsunoda
Very nicely
says,
done.
"Thank you very-"
So it's a
Oh, we got a red flag. What has happened? What has happened here?
Now this was on
Oh,
the
it's
straight.
Tsunoda. And Norris.
And
Oh,
unable
that's a
to do
huge
anything
crash.
about that crash.
That is a
All
huge
it can
crash.
take is one mistake. One
Now,
momentary lapse of
is that
concentration.
Tsunoda out? I think it is. Looking at the sparks, I think that might be Tsunoda out of this race. Wow, that was a huge crunch into the wall of champions. I've no idea what yet. Tsunoda is out of the Grand Prix. I think it probably is wise to turn on to hard tyres and try and go the rest of the way. So that's what we're going to try and do. But yeah, Tsunoda and Norris out of this Grand Prix. Let's see what we can do here. And yeah, again, people going softs. We're going hards here.
And it's
Lights out, away we go.
back off now. Copy. Is he on the straight?
Yeah, I can be.
And there we go. Straight away, Perez is staying ahead. Yeah, nobody's gone for the hard tyres, but there we go. Ocon through. Beautiful move. And 2 red flags already in this race. Absolutely bonkers. Yeah, seem to have a good run on everybody so far. And there he goes again, Ocon, and he's going to be up in the 4th position here. As he flies around the inside and is through. Now, let's have a little look at strategy. What if we were to delete these stints? Go onto the hard tyre. Now, until the end of the race, they would last. They would last. So that's what we're going to try and do. We've sort of committed to it now. You never know what the AI are going to do. But we thought we'd give it a whirl. And now, let's see what happens. Yeah, Ocon's gonna struggle. And we may find that Ocon doesn't even get any points today. As Max Verstappen, you would almost say without any justice in the world, takes the lead of the Grand Prix, calls the red flag at turn 1. That allowed him to fix his car up. If he goes on to win this race, that would be unbelievable. Anyway, Ocon back down to 7th now, which is where he started this race, and he was making some good progress before, but I'm a little nervous now. He's on these hard tyres and nobody else is. You might well have to avoid high-risk curbs, but be aggressive. Something like that. He's dropping off the pace massively here. And that's going to be Albon through now. So Ocon in all sorts of trouble.
Crash ahead, crash ahead, crash ahead.
We have got
Still maybe dead.
yellow flag situation, and that's Max Verstappen again. What's he done this time? He's fighting with his teammate Charles Leclerc, and for the 2nd time in this race, I think they've made contact. Oh. Yeah, well, I think that's possibly a little bit of justice for earlier in this race from Max. And Verstappen down to 17th now. Now Ocon closing in on Albon. And he's through. Back up to 7th, obviously. Fighting with Albon for 7th and 8th. It's a bit of a yo-yo situation. But now Porsche's caught up. But we should be okay to outmaneuver the Haas. We will have more pace than them. Now, can Ocon get back into the DRS train ahead? That's the big one, really. You know, Ocon's just about a second behind Gasly. If he can get back behind Gasly, that'll be a real help. Right, we're going to keep pushing this engine for now. And then swap it back down to balanced. Yeah, Ocon doing a good job at the moment, staying with Albon, managing to yo-yo with him. And you gotta look at tyres, and surely Ocon's going to come into his own soon. And we have had another crash, and it's Valtteri Bottas this time.
Oh dear, a crash! There's been a crash!
And this has been an insane Canadian Grand Prix, and it's a battle with, I believe that's Zane Maloney. It's Max Verstappen again. It's actually Max Verstappen again. That's the third time he's crashed. And we got another crash, and this time it was Bottas.
Let's have a look.
And that was with Lance Stroll.
This was Valtteri Bottas. Cutting it so close.
That's a very poor move. Wow. So, I think at some point Ocon will be ready to push on, and maybe it's now. Maybe it's now.
Got energy.
Okay.
Get more than a second ahead of Albon. Try to catch up to the back of the guys behind. Guys in front, sorry. There's more yellow flags, and this time another red flag.
Red flag box.
What on earth is going on here? Right, hang on. We're going to have a look at strategy. Can we get a set of mediums to the end now? Just about. It's going to be quicker. 2 soft tyre strategies. But being aggressive. Yes. That's going to be much better. Yeah. Okay. So that's what we'll do. We'll get onto the soft tyres then. Oh, it's Max Verstappen again. Oh, wow. Well. Yeah, that's a big crash, and I think he's out now, surely. And I think, you know, he's deserved to go out of this race. He has been dreadful. Right, we are going to swap onto the 95%ers here. Swap onto that strategy, and hopefully that'll take us all the way to the end of this race. 4 drivers are out. It's including Max Verstappen and Yuki Tsunoda, of course. But here we go once again, ready for the lights. Lights out, away we go. Once again.
Just keep cruising up to him.
And now, can Esteban Ocon get himself back up the field the way he did last time? Lots of people have gone hard tyres. That's going to be an interesting strategy. Because obviously Ocon couldn't go hard tyres. Other than the ones he'd already been on. And he now goes down the inside of Pierre Gasly in the Alpine. Now using a little bit of ERS to close in on Oscar Piastri. And 3 red flags in this race so far. Who's to say there won't be more? And he goes down the inside this time of Oscar Piastri. And he is through. Round the outside beautifully. Back up to 5th place. And I think that's a massively important move. And he goes round the outside of Sergio Perez. And all of a sudden, Ocon has come alive in these soft tyres. Other people on the hards struggling to warm them up more than likely. But Ocon, he's just loving life. On these soft tyres, he's going to go down the inside into the chicane. The final chicane, he goes down the inside. Doesn't want to get squeezed into the wall like his teammate did to Lando Norris earlier in the race. But at the moment, it's all going very, very smoothly indeed. And if he can get past these guys, push on, come in, and by the end of the race, he's going to be absolutely flying on these soft tyres compared to everybody on old hards. And yeah, that was a nice easy overtake on Charles Leclerc in the Red Bull, and all of a sudden Esteban Ocon, it's as if he's sensing his chance that Max Verstappen is out of the race. 26 points could be his today. They could well be his as they come over the line now. DRS very much enabled, and now going down the inside. Ocon goes, and he is through, and he is just absolutely bossing it at the moment.
Awesome. Good job. P2.
We're going to try and top up
We need to
our
focus on
ERS
the
here. Right, time to go. Time to get away. He's leading this Grand Prix. Let's use his ERS to good effect.
No energy.
As he flies over the line. Who's got fastest lap at the moment? I don't think anybody is. It's got it. Verstappen did a 13.3 on lap 15. So we'll have to keep an eye on that and see whether Ocon can get near that time. He should do. So fairly new tyres. Right, off he goes. And this will be very close to fastest lap time. Comes round the final corner, up to the line he goes. Yeah, it's in the 14s, so maybe not. Maybe not at that stage. But what he is doing is building that gap very, very nicely.
They're at the peak now.
Copy that.
So off he goes into the sunset. 3 seconds is the lead here. They're all on hard tyres. Ocon definitely will give it his best to stay ahead of these guys as Sergio Perez moves into second position now. We've got yellow flags, virtual safety car. Now, when is Ocon in? Quite a while.
Through there.
And it's Mick Schumacher this time. And he's also out of this Grand Prix.
Virtual safety car.
I think we're okay.
Stay positive. Copy.
Don't think it's worth coming in.
Schumacher stopped.
Okay.
So let's get everything harvested.
Front tyres.
Yeah, I don't know where Perez's pace has come from.
VSC ending.
Copy.
Okay, so Ocon once again away.
No more energy.
Let's see what Ocon can do, because Perez is actually closing in here. Yep, lap 51 is going to be the time. Now again, Ocon pulling away from Perez, so I'm assuming Perez must have just deployed for a bit. Because now we're pulling out a good 7-second lead or so on George Russell, which is very important. 5 seconds ahead of Perez now. This is exactly what we wanted to happen. Right, he will be coming in a couple of laps time. These tyres are probably lasting a little bit better than we hoped. Obviously we had the virtual safety car period, so I think it's important to use these tyres for all they're worth.
Do what you can to keep the tyres cool.
He's just pulling ahead now. It'll be the next lap he comes in. So here we go then. This is the lap, and then he's got one more new set of soft tyres. This is why we save soft tyres for the race day. For this exact race, that's happened with the amount of red flags and that sort of thing happening. It was always going to be worth having all these in the bank.
Bring the pack up.
Copy.
So anyway, here comes Esteban Ocon into the pit lane. This is actually the first proper pit stop of the day for the team.
Copy that.
The rest of them have been doing red flag periods. So Perez takes over the lead of the Grand Prix. Piastri's going to be second. Damn it! Yeah, cost us a couple of seconds there. So he's dropped all the way to the rear. But he's got 18 laps on a brand new set of soft tyres. Everybody else is on old hard tyres. This could be a really exciting run to the finish. I'm going to basically harvest until we get to the back of that pack. And then it's all going to be about finding 11 seconds on the leader.
Charge is good.
Yeah, copy.
He's going to have to do a hell of a lot of good work here to get past everybody. With 15 laps to go. It could be genius, it could be an absolute disaster. ERS and DRS on. Is this going to be our first overtake? Yes. Yes, it is. He's through with fastest lap as well. A 13 flat there. And now Daniel Ricciardo round the outside he goes. Perfectly done. And this is what we need to do. Just nice, efficient overtaking. Nothing too silly. And look at that. Absolutely lovely DRS. Goes round the outside beautifully. And he is through. And now we have got Bottas and Lance Stroll. Once we get past Stroll, a little bit of clear air to get up to the back of Charles Leclerc. And there we go. Oh, needed to make that move there. Should make it down into the hairpin. Yep, he's through. This is good. Now, Bottas is next. A bit of DRS, ERS combination. We'll push the engine as well. I'm going to give it everything as we try and reach Charles Leclerc on this lap. The gap to the leader down to 6.6 seconds. It's quite the DRS train at the front from Perez. It's Perez, Piastri, Gasly, then Russell, then Albon, then Magnussen, Sainz, and Charles Leclerc is in P8, then Ocon 9th, and Valtteri Bottas in P10. It's very, very impressive. And here we go then. That's going to be another fastest lap. It was a 12.2. That was really, really well done. That gives him fastest lap. Now he's got DRS on Charles Leclerc, and he goes round the outside. I mean, that was just like taking candy from a kid, wasn't it? That was very, very easy overtake. Now then, 10 laps to go. There's a couple of medium tyre runners. They're going to struggle on their tyres come the end of the race. I think, is it? Yeah, it's the 2 Alpines. That's how they've managed to make it all the way up, because they're on the medium tyres when everybody else is managing nicely. So here we go. It's our chance on Carlos Sainz, and he's had an eventful race today, isn't he? He led into turn 1 after starting on pole position. That's what he would have wanted to do, and of course the red flag came out after Verstappen made his first bit of contact today. And yeah, that sort of changed the complexion of the race for Carlos Sainz, because not long after that he lost out to Charles Leclerc, and Verstappen was at the front for a bit, and then Verstappen and Leclerc collided. Anyway, here we go on Kevin Magnussen down the inside, and Ocon now up to P6, or he will be by the next curve. So it's really been quite impressive, this comeback, hasn't it? And we've still got pretty much 9 laps to go here. Oh, it'll be 8 laps after this. Yeah, Ocon just absolutely smashing it out of the park. And 5 more overtakes. We got yellow flags out there again, and I was a little worried there was going to be another red flag, which would have really put Ocon at a disadvantage, because he's out of brand new soft tyres now. Tries to go around the outside of Albon, and he is through. He is through on Alex Albon. Now then, 4 more overtakes to go. He's got DRS on George Russell. He could do with a bit of ERS here. We're going to try and top up a little bit, so that he can save it up for the last couple of laps. Remember, his tyres are going to be screaming for mercy soon as well. But it's Sergio Perez that leads the race. We've then got Piastri, then Gasly, and here we go then with Ocon down the inside of Russell. He's gone up to P4. He's got 3 more overtakes to make to get past the leader. Oscar Piastri's going to be leading this Grand Prix, I think. Is Gasly going to get into second? That's what Alpine need right now, so that they can try and get some protection from Pierre Gasly. But I think Ocon's going to be too strong for them. Piastri's going to have another chance here. And yep, he is going to get past Perez. And then I think Gasly might get past Perez here. Yep, he's going to go down the inside, turns into the outside line, but Perez defends valiantly. 5 laps to go here. We've got more changes of position. No yellow flag there. That's quite amazing. 5 drivers out of this Canadian Grand Prix. Once again, Piastri drops behind Sergio Perez. And this is why we're topping up our ERS for the last couple of laps. We know that that's where the difference is going to be made. Piastri still behind Sergio Perez. But this time, I think he might get him this time. Oof. Yeah, it's going to be 3 laps to go. I'm going to actually try and harvest this lap so that we can just deploy the final 2 laps of this race. It could be a bad decision. But I think if we have a full tank, then it's definitely worth having. So here we go then. It's going to be 2 laps of absolute mayhem here in Canada. We're going to deploy our ERS. Try and make the move on the penultimate lap. And here we go, past Gasly. I'm going to try and get past him. He goes round the outside. We're going to watch it fully live. And now we're going to push the engine as well. We need to keep an eye on that though, so he doesn't run out of fuel come the end of the race. Right. Riding on board with him now. Can he get past Oscar Piastri? It looks like he's going to give it a go around the outside. And he does. He goes around the outside and he's through. Hugely important move. Right, back down to neutral now. Because we're going to have DRS on Perez. Let's look after the ERS until the final lap. Right, back down to balanced on the fuel.
Big lift now.
DRS open. And could this be the moment? I think it certainly could be. We're going to ERS it. Here we go. This could be the moment. Esteban Ocon takes the lead in this Grand Prix. He's going to try round the outside. And he is into the lead here in Canada. And what an incredible race this has been. Such an up and down race. Of course, being on those hard tyres earlier on, we felt that was it. You know, we didn't have anything left, but the red flag came out at the right time. We had 2 sets of soft tyres left. We've used them to good effect. And we have been the fastest guy out there for the second half of this race. The second Red Bull's only going to score 2 points in Charles Leclerc. But it's going to be Esteban Ocon that comes round and wins here in Canada. He's just got the final chicane to negotiate. Okay, Perez has DRS, but I don't think he will catch because here comes Ocon round the final corner and he's up to the line. He's going to take the checkered flag first and win his 3rd race of the season here in Canada. Absolutely amazing.
And it's Ocon. Ocon first over the line today.
That was absolutely brilliant.
It's a victory for Esteban Ocon.
Well, that was one of the craziest races of the series. 3 red flags. Safety cars. Max Verstappen having 5 crashes today. Ocon winning it on the last lap. Just, yeah, I mean, Canada 2011 vibes or what? That was incredible. And that is what F1 Manager is all about. And that's what the strategy is all about. Trying to make those right calls at the right time. And Pierre Gasly finishes 3rd. Piastri 4th. What a brilliant weekend for Alpine. Russell finishes 5th. Then Albon in 6th place. Magnussen 7th. Great weekend for Mercedes. Sainz 8th. Leclerc 9th. And Bottas finishes P10.
Now that's an excellent drive today from Esteban Ocon.
That was a really well executed race, I thought. Major credit to the driver, the pit wall, and the whole team for that win.
Oh, that's a wonderful scene. The team getting their first chance to congratulate their driver on a job well done. There's the Frenchman, Esteban Ocon, taking to the podium, and another added to his career tally.
What a great way to take their 3rd win this year. They've definitely found their form.
Plenty of smiles for the cameras as the drivers can let off some steam here in Montreal. Now, Karun, no doubt there'll be a lot for the teams to process after that race, but how do you think the Williams team are feeling?
They'll be absolutely delighted to have picked up the win here. What a great outcome that is for the team.
And that's it for this weekend's F1 action here in Montreal.
Next time, the teams will be forging ahead at full throttle through the Styrian forest. The Austrian Grand Prix is right around the corner.
Well, yeah, that was just bonkers. And actually, after the penalty for Bottas, Zhou Guanyu is promoted into the points. Is that his first points of the series? No, he's on to 2 now. So, yeah, that's bonkers for Zhou Guanyu. Puts Esteban Ocon, who will be a happy bunny. 28 points behind Max in the championship now. He's 50 points ahead of Charles Leclerc for second place. He's just in a great position, is Ocon. What a signing he's been. Obviously, Tsunoda having the crash today. First DNF of the season, proper DNF. And yeah, and you know, it's just a racing incident in the end. But we do get a big chunk out of Red Bull in the Constructors' Championship. We're now just 68 points behind into the fastest pit stops. The only pit stop to actually happen was Esteban Ocon. So he gets the 25 points, even though it was a 3.9 second pit stop. Everybody else is just in sort of order of well, the weird F1 manager order, I guess. I don't know if this really follows any logic at all. But yeah, we still lead that championship, and yeah, I think we're almost guaranteed the victory there. So there you go. Let's push on then. Obviously, practice pace was awful. 11th and 17th there. Qualifying 7th and 12th, but in the race, we made strategy pay, and after 33 overtakes on track, Esteban Ocon wins the race. And £3.8 million in profit. All very, very good as we head into the rest of the season, and that starts out at Austria next time out. So if you have enjoyed that, give it a big thumbs up down below, subscribe for plenty more F1 Manager videos, and I hope you guys are having a wonderful day. Thanks for watching, and goodbye.